It's 2 a.m. and I have insomnia.
NordVPN did a thing, and now video happen. Chapter 16.
Video happen!
We ran happily to Hogsmeade. There we saw the stage where Good Charlotte had played. We ran in happily. My Chemical Romance were playing Helena. I was so fucking happy.
Oh my god, the graphics in this video.
Gerard looked even sexier than he did in depictions. Even Draco thought so. I could totally see him getting an erection. I was wearing a black leather mini dress and black leather platinum boots with red ripped fishnets. Draco was wearing a black baggy MCR t-shirt and black baggy pants. Anyway, we stated moshing to Helena. We're French. We ran up to the front of the band.
Wait, hold on, wasn't she with some other guy in the previous video? Am I losing my brain cells?
To stage dive.
Wasn't it someone else?
Suddenly, Gerard pulled off his mask. So did the others. We gasped. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers.
You moronic idiot!
So what you're saying is Voldemort moonlights as a musician and he's an MCR?
Guts! He shouted angstily. Inobi, I told you to kill vampire. Thou have failed. And now I shall kill thou and Draco.
No,
please.
We begged sadly, but he took out his knife. Suddenly,
Come on, this is the Harry Potter universe. Someone bring out a wand and cast a spell or something.
a gothic old man flew in on a broomstick. He had long black hair and a long black beard. He was wearing a black robe that said Avril Lavigne on the back. He shot at a spell and Voldemort ran away. It was Dumbledore.
Why did they say Dumbledore? Why?
Chapter 18. Author's note. I said stop flaming. If you do, then you are a prep. Thanks to Raven for the help and stuff. You rock. And you are not a prep. Thanks for my sweater. P.S. The other reason Dumbledore swore is cause he trin to be gothic, so dear. I woke up the next day in my coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, and blood-bed lipstick.
Eyeshadow?
The night before, Draco and I ran back to the skull. Get it? Skull because I'm gothic and like death. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Mine was black and the broom stuff was blood red.
The broom stuff.
What?
There was lace all over it. Draco had a black MCR boom. We went back to our rooms and we had you-know-what to a Linkin Park song. Well, anyway.
What? Every now and then I feel like the story goes on a tangent. It like tells us something that is in no way important and very specific, and it throws me off sometimes.
I went back to the Great Hall. There, all the walls were painted black and the tables were black too. But you could see there was pink pant underneath the black pant. There were posters of poser bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpson and the Backstreet Boys. What the f***? I shouted. Vampire, Dracula, and Draco came.
Can someone explain why she got so much thicker all of a sudden?
We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Gerard Way, or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in because they were bi.
Ah, yes. The easiest way to make any plot make sense.
Those guys are so hot. Navel was saying, as suddenly a gothic old man with a black beard and everything came. Dumbledore?
We all gasped. What the fuck? I shouted angrily. I thought he was just wearing that to scare Voldemort.
Hello, everyone, he said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about it?
What? He slipped into an accent?
Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer. Well, we goths just looked at each other, all disgusted, and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was.
By the way, you can call me Albert, he called as we left to our classes.
Why?
What
Why?
a f***ing poser! Draco shouted angrily as we to transformation.
We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way.
What? Why is Vampire so emotional?
Get it? Like Gerard. But I didn't say anything.
I bet he's having a midlife crisis.
Aren't you all in like middle or high school? I think that's not even a quarter life crisis.
Willow shouted.
I was so fucking angry. Chapter 20. I said I don't care what you think. Stop flaming, okay, preps. Thanks to Raven for the help. Oh, yeah, and by the way, I'll be on vacation in Transylvania for the next 3 days, so do not expect updates. I slit my wrists while I moshed MCR in my bedroom all night, feeling excited.
Wait, is that an expression of happiness now?
Suddenly, someone knocked on the door. I got all mad and turned it off. But sacredly, I hopped inside that it was Draco so that we could do it again. It was Lupin. Are you gonna come with me or what? I yelled. I was allowed to say that because Dumbledore had told us to be careful around Hairman Snape since he was a pig.
What? What is happening?
No, actually. Get it? Hell. Can I borrow some condoms? He growled angrily.
Who does this? Who does this? What?
Yeah, so you... Huh? I shouted sarcastically.
Ooh, getting sophisticated with the writing now, I see.
He said, going away.
Well, anyway, I put on some black eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and some black lipstick and white foundation. Then I went. Then I gasped. Snake and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall doing it, and Dobby was watching.
Oh my god, you ludicrous idiot! They both shooted angrily when they saw me.
Oh no, they shoot it angrily. What?
Dobby ran away crying. Normally, I would have been turned on. I love seeing guys do it. But both of them were f***ing preps. What the fuck is this?
That does not make anything better whatsoever.
Why you wanted condoms? I asked sarcastically. See, I spelled that.
Only you wouldn't give them to me, Lumpkin shouted angrily.
Well, you should have told me, I replied.
You dimwit. Snake began to shoot angrily.
Oh god, they're still shooting.
And then I took out my black camera and took a pic of them. You could see that they were naked and everything.
Well, excuse me. They both shouted angrily. What was that all about?
It was to blackmail you, I snarked. So now next time you see me doing it with my boyfriend, you can't f***ing rat me out, or I'll show this to Dumbledore. So
Dumbledore!
off, you bastards. I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my wound at them, and they tripped over it. Well, anyway, I went outside and there was Vampire looking extremely f***ing hot. What the f***? Where'd Draco? I asked him.
Oh, he's being a fucking bastard. He told me he wouldn't come, Vampire said, shaking his head. You wanna come with me? To the concert?
Then he showed me his flying car. I gasped.
There's another one?
It was a black car. He said his dog father, Sirius Black, had given it to him. The license plate on the front said MCR 666 on it. And the license plate on the back said, Inobi. I gasped. We flew to the
Is that just a misspelling of Ebony? I think it is.
concert hall. MCR were there, playing.
Oh.
Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gasped, looking at the band. I almost had an orgasm.
What do you mean almost? You're just looking at a band and kissing at this point.
Then I heard some crying. I turned and saw Draco crying in a corner. Author's note. Fuck you, okay? You fucking suck. It's not my fault if it's spelt wrong, okay? Cause Dad Raven, cause it fuck you preps. Was Soz Raven Fangs for the help. By the way, Transylvania rocks rad. I got to go to the castle where Dracula was filmed.
Very cool.
Draco was crying in the common room. Draco, are you okay?
Of course he isn't. Didn't he just see his girl with some other guy? Or, well, I don't know the relationship status of anyone in this story, but I got that impression last video.
I asked in a gothic voice.
No, I'm not, you fucking bitch. He shouted angrily. He started to run out of the place in a suicidal way.
Wait, what? I think there's only one way to do that, and at that point, I don't think he'd be alive anymore.
I stated to cry, because I was afraid he would commit suicide.
It's okay, Anobi, said Vampire comfortably. I'll make him feel better.
You mean you'll go f*** him, won't you? I shouted angrily. Then I ran to get Draco. Vampire came too.
Draco, please come. He began to cry. Tears of blood came down his pale face.
I was so turned on.
Just admit that it's a harem or something.
Because I love sensitive bi guys. If you're a homophobe, then off. And then, we heard some footsteps. Vampire got out his black invincibility coke. We both...
Black invisibility coke. Man, that is a flavor of Coca-Cola I would love to experience.
got under it. We saw the janitor, Mr. Norris, there, shouting angrily with a flashlight in his hand.
Who's there? He shouted angrily.
We saw Filth come. He went under the invisibility cloak and started to meow loudly.
Is anyone there? Yelled Mr. Norris. No, you preppy little poser son of a bitch. Vampire said under his breast in a disgusted way. Excuse me? Excuse me? Who said that? Yelled Mr. Norris. Then he heard Filch meow. Filch, is there anyone under the cloak? He asked. Filth nodded.
And then, Vampire Frenched me. He did it just as Mr. Norris was taking off the cloak.
Why?
What the? He yelled.
But it was too late, because now we were ruining away from him. And then we saw Draco crying and busting into tears and slitting his wrists outside of the school. Draco, I cried, are you okay?
I guess, though. Draco weeped.
Draco and I decided to watch Lake Placid on the gothic red bed together. As I was about to put in the video, my eyes rolled up and suddenly I had a vision of
Oh no.
something that was happening now.
Is it ad time?
Ad begin.
Yes, I knew it.
What's that? That's the FBI. We've just sent a record of your internet history to your family and friends and acquaintances for them to laugh at. Now your life is over. This wouldn't have happened if you had got NordVPN. Keep those degenerate websites a secret. Look at this guy. He uses NordVPN. Look how happy he is. He's fucking ecstatic. It's so simple and clean. There's no complicated setup or technical stuff. It comes with unlimited bandwidth. You can even access international content. For example, let's
One size fits all bandwidth.
go to Japan. Oh dear. It took me almost 2 months to make these videos, and it wouldn't have been possible without NordVPN.
NordVPN.
You get access to more content, and I get a kickback when you sign up. So remember to smash that link button with your parents' credit card in the description below. But what is it?
Support internet historian. I might get VPN at some point. I feel like it's so dumb that I can't see a movie because of the country I'm in. Like, that's so dumb.
What is a VPN, you may ask? Ad over. Chapter 22. Well, anyway, I woke up the next day. I was wearing black lacy leather pajamas. Then I gasped. Standing in front of me were Bloody Mary, Vampire, Diablo, Draco, Dracula, and Willow. I opened my crimson eyes. Willow was wearing a tight black leather top with pictures of bloody roses all over it. Vampire was wearing a baggy Simple Plan t-shirt.
Oh my god, 5 minutes? That's detailed. Wow. She loves fashion.
So were Crab and Goyle. Oh my fucking god, I yelled as I jumped up. Why the f*** are you all here?
Inobi, something's really f***ed up, Draco said.
Okay, but I need to put on my clothes first, I shouted angrily.
It's alright. We have to go now, and you look kawaii anyway. You're so beautiful, Draco said in a sexy voice.
Oh, right, I said, smiling. But you have to tell me why you're being all erective.
What? What?
I will, he said.
So I just put on some black eyeliner, black lipstick, and red eyeshadow, and white foundation. Then I came. We all went out.
I'm sorry, that was not a sentence I was expecting right after the last one.
Outside the Great Hall and looked in from a window. Inside the Great Hall, we could see Dumbledore. Cornelia Fudge was there shouting at Dumbledore. Doris Rumbridge was there too.
You are not fit to be the principal any longer, yelled Rumbridge. You're too old, and your Alzheimer's is dangerous. You must retry, or Voldemort will kill your students.
Damn, this school's got a lot of drama.
Very well, Dumbledore said angrily. But we cannot do this. We cannot close the school. There is only one person who is capable of killing Voldemort, and she is in the school.
And she's the main character?
And her name is Inoni Darkness Dementia Ravenway.
Draco Crab, Goyle, Darkness, Vampire, and Baludi Mary looked at each other. I gasped. Chapter 23. Author's note. Shut the up,
That
bitch.
sums up this whole thing the best.
I opened the door, and Professor Rumbridge and Cornelia Fudge stopped out angrily. I ate some Count Chocula and drank some blood from a cup. Then I heard someone shooting angrily.
Oh god, someone's shooting angrily again?
Looked behind me. It was Vampire. He and Draco were shooting at each other.
I wanna shit next to her.
Oh man, pickup line of the century. Hey baby, can I shit next to you?
No, I do, shouted. No, she doesn't fucking like you, you son of a bitch, yelled Draco. No, you, cause she leaves me, not you, shouted Vampire.
And then he jumped on Draco. No, not in that way, you perv. They started to fight and beat up each other. Dumbledore yelled at them, but they didn't stop. All of a sudden, a terrible man with red eyes and no nose flew in on a broomstick. He
Sounds like Voldemort.
had no nose and was wearing a grey robe. All of the glass in the window fell apart. Brittany, that prep, started to cry. Vampire and Draco stopped fighting. I stopped eating. The room fell silent. Voldemort.
Bobby!
Hey, Bobby.
Ebony! He said evilly in his raspy voice. Thou hast failed your mission. Now I shall kill thou.
I feel like this is the third time we're hearing this, and I'm just like, just kill him already, man. Like, I feel like we repeated the mission instructions like 3 times. It's alright. They're undead anyway, I think? I mean, you can't get deader than dead, I guess. So they're probably not even gonna die. So just do it.
And I shall kill Vampire as well. If thou dost not kill him before then, I shall kill Draco too.
Please, don't make me kill him. Please. I begged.
No, he laughed crudely. Kill him, or I shall kill him anyway. Then he flew away cackling.
I bust into tears.
Oh boy. This freaking story, man. Oh no! Why is it so slow?
Suddenly, my eyes rolled up so they looked all cool and gothic.
She looks like a snail.
I said I see a black gothic skull and a pentagram.
Oh god.
Sire, our dads have been shot, Draco said. Die! Think again, you f***ing muggle
He's a transformer?
poser!
Thanks again to NordVPN.
NordVPN/internet historian for 77% off.
I tried so hard to enjoy the story this time and not like pick it apart as much, but man, it is so hard. There's so much wrong with the story and so many things that don't make any sense. I guess I'm just a little too serious, maybe. I don't know. I used to be a writer, and maybe I'm just so used to doing that kind of work. I'm like, you can't do this to me, man. You can't put me through this. There is something comforting about reading a story like this, though, from that era, because, you know, it's probably very common to write fan fiction when you're in middle school, and I was certainly one of those people. And reading from that era, even though this is, like, not at all the quality of stories I wrote in middle school, it still kind of brings me to that general era, the music from that time, the fashion from that time, and it's kind of comforting, even though it's very poorly written.